Welcome back to Flagship Studios at the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference. I'm here with Jason Gardner, CEO of Ampersand Biomedicines and CEO partner of Flagship Pioneering. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you, Laura. Nice to be here.
Great to have you. The first half of last year was a really exciting time for Ampersand. You presented early, compelling data. You announced your Series B, and it really built the momentum for the second half of the year. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So 2025, the start of the year, the financing, the momentum that we generated, what we were able to do was very significant from the platform as well as the pipeline perspective. First of all, we advanced our first two development candidates in the history of Ampersand, and in IBD as well as in oncology. So those are now moving forward. So that was terrific. We announced two new partnerships that we've executed on during the whole course of the year. And we've also pushed the platform deeper into tissues that have been very hard to target. And that's the vision for Ampersand. Program biomedicines, really sending medicines to the right place in the body where they're needed and not where they're not needed. And so what we've been able to do is open up a number of tissues, metabolic diseases, obesity, and beyond. And so I think that the momentum and then the progress and execution in the pipeline, in addition to pushing the platform at the same time, has been terrific. And so I think it sets up very nicely for what we're going to do this year and beyond.
And just focusing in a little bit on the partnership side of things, you have partnerships that are progressing really well. Could you talk a little bit more about those in detail?
Yes.
What you see for 2026?
Yes, so as I mentioned, so we have two partnerships in discovery, and it's important, I think, having multiple partnerships with multiple partners. We're able to advance and test out the platform in new tissues, and these are both in obesity. The first partnership with Pfizer and Pioneering Medicines has made terrific progress identifying specific addresses and targets in tissues that are relevant for patients with obesity and sending drugs there. We've been really pleased with the progress. Again, it's not been done before. It's super hard to do. And working with Pfizer and PM has been, I think, really important for us as an early stage company, bringing that expertise to those programs and advancing them. And then the second program is also in obesity. This is a direct partnership with Pioneering Medicines. And I will say there that the data that we're seeing now have been really, I'd say, breakthrough level data. New targets, new ways of targeting specific tissues for obesity. So very, very positive about that and moving those programs forward and thinking about new partnerships in 2026 and pushing the platform into more tissues with more partners.
Well, staying there for a minute and looking at this year,
Yep.
What does this year hold just overall for Ampersand?
Yeah, so let's go back to the pipeline first. So the two programs I mentioned that we declared development candidates, they are now advancing very nicely in IND-enabling studies. So this is the path to the clinic. And that path to the clinic and having two programs for Ampersand has been incredibly important for us to move forward on. So we expect to get to the clinic and see clinical data over the next 12 to 18 months. So those programs are right on track, very important for us. They validate the platform. And they're in diseases which patients need better medicines. Inflammatory bowel disease. We believe we have the first gut-targeted medicine that could actually focus only in the gut and really drive clinical benefit. The second program is a VEGF-targeted 4-1BB molecule. So that's an immuno-oncology program. We presented it at AACR last year. We're going to have new data on that program as well as the gut-targeted IBD program this year at scientific conferences. So you can expect to see that from the company. And then we're advancing with our existing partnerships. We're also moving the platform into fibrosis as well as kidney diseases. Now, the kidney has never been targeted before because we can't find cell-specific targets as an industry. We believe we may have identified those now at Ampersand and are able to now move forward quickly and think about advancing there. So I think you'll see more of those types of data as well as potential new partnerships as well in 2026.
That's incredible. So exciting for you. Progress, pipelines, partnerships, incredible time for Ampersand. I personally look forward to paying close attention. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Laura. Great to be here.